Hey guys, welcome to week 7 of us being in Malawi. This video is just going to be us giving you some more details on our housing and just how life runs here in Malawi a little bit. We shared that video with you last week on how the house looks. Pretty much just walked you around, showed you the functionality of a lot of stuff, but maybe we're just going to explain to you a little bit more about that, and then I'll go into some details about utilities and different things like that we find kind of interesting here. But
yeah, we're really excited about our wonderful new home. The girls are sharing a bedroom, and then Jack has his own room, and both of their rooms are close to ours, so that's nice. And then we have a wonderful dining area, which we're really excited about, being able to just invite couples over, invite families over, and have a real place to open our home and to feed people and just to center people around our table. And then the girls have their own playroom, which is wonderful. I'll also be able to have some play dates with young moms and invite believers and non-believers as well into our home and have a real opportunity for gospel sharing through that playroom as our kids play and just enjoy that space. And then we have the huge garage area that y'all saw in that video that's been tiled, so it's really not functional for parking, but it's a 2-car garage, and it's a great space, and so we're going to make that kind of a multi-purpose room. We're going to make it really flexible so that if we have 5 people over, we can have that room for them, or if we have 30 people, we can have that room. So we'll be able to use it for Bible studies, movie nights where we can show Christian movies. We're going to make it into a prayer room as well. We're going to have prayer benches made. So we're just really excited about being able to use that room for our ministry as well.
yeah, so the prayer benches I'm really excited about because the Lord's really laid on my heart to, alongside obviously our main focus at MCM, kind of begin a prayer ministry and just see where that goes. So we're definitely going to have a lot of prayer benches, hopefully enough for quite a few people. But again, we want that space to be flexible. May have movie nights, game nights, all that kind of stuff in there. So, we just a lot more planning needs to go into it to kind of figure out how that space is going to flow. But it's a great space. Very thankful for it. This house has been such a blessing. Not just in the space and the functionality, but also in just kind of the way it came about. When we saw the house that was originally planned for us, Brooke and I just kind of discussed and felt that maybe there was a house that could be a little better fit for our particular family, as well as maybe a little better fit for the ministry that we had in mind. And so we really prayed about it, and within 24 hours, the Lord gave us this house. And we believe it is exactly what God had for us in those two things in ministry as well as our family needs. And it came in under budget, which is fantastic. But another aspect of it, along with the functionality and everything, is the landlord. So that was really important because there's quite a few landlords in Malawi that are not very good. And they don't really work with you on things. And not honest, yeah. And it can just be a sticky situation. So we prayed fervently on that, and the Lord answered in a big way. So our landlord is actually a single mom. Her husband sadly died of an aneurysm a few years ago. Her daughter's actually, she's Malawian. Her daughter is in the States in college. So that actually opened up a unique opportunity for us to say, hey, if the opportunity is there, we can actually pay our rent and stuff in U.S. dollars and stateside. And she said, that'd be great, because my daughter sometimes needs money and things, and that's just an easy way for me to get her money. And so that was an interesting bargaining tool for her have an incentive to let us have the house. But it also allowed us to kind of just talk to the landlord a little bit more, get to know her a little bit more. And she's actually been fantastic to work with. She's been very open of us doing what we desire of the house. So the lighting fixtures we mentioned earlier, the painting, all that kind of stuff. We are pretty much have full reign over decisions on all of that. She lives 3 hours north in the long way. So she actually hasn't been back to Blantyre since her husband passed away. And so it's been a really big blessing to her to have someone manage this whole process and really fix the house up and get it back into good working order. But that was another amazing thing about this house, is that the bones of the house are, like, all the major items are very good, solid. Yeah, the foundation, the roof, all the big stuff is still good, which is pretty hard to find in Malawi. You normally have a compromise here or there, but pretty much all the compromises with this house were little things that can be fixed, such as painting, lighting fixtures, all that stuff. So it was pretty amazing. The Lord worked it out for us to just come into contact with her and get this house. It was just a massive answer to prayer. And then I want to give a few more details on just kind of how utilities work and stuff like that, which is kind of interesting, as I figure all that out within the past 5 days. It's kind of funny. The painters are coming to me like, we don't have water. That's bad. And today they're like, we don't have electricity. I was like, well, it's even worse. So you can't continue to paint in the evening or anything. So I had to figure all that out, and our particular house, there's 2 different ways you can do it for both. So water is prepaid or postpaid, and electricity is prepaid or postpaid, either one. So our house happens to be prepaid on both, which is great because you normally get cheaper rates that way. And so you just go to the particular utility service, whether building or whatever, and you go in and you just prepay, say, hey, I want to put $20 down, $40 down, $100 down, whatever. And they say, okay. And then they print off a receipt for you, and it has a token on it. And that token, you go back to your house and you actually put in the number either on your electrical panel or on, there's actually a wireless water panel thing that we have as well. And you just put in the token and it just adds it. So that was kind of cool to figure out. And then you can, and I know this has kind of been questioned in the past as well, we can get paint here. We can get all of the normal stuff in terms of renovating and everything, like lighting fixtures and stuff. All of it's imported. None of it's really made here. The only thing that is made here is the paint. So we found a paint company that's very good called Valmore that is made in Malawi, and it's very, very good paint. So we're very thankful for that, to have that resource. But yeah, so that's just a few more details on the house, a few more details on what that's looked like for us. We've been very busy with it. Things in Malawi just take so long. It really is true. Here, things just slow down a lot when you get outside of the States, and that is 100% true. When you're actually living it, it's very easy to get frustrated. But, it's just been time to adjust and to get used to that, and it's definitely been interesting as well, just trying to figure out all the house things. I pretty much spent the last 3 business days just driving around trying to get supplies. I literally spent half my time driving because traffic is really bad here in Blantyre. So that's been fun to just try and figure out, a big adventure. But once we're settled,
just happen at their own pace for sure, and so it slowed everything down that we would normally be able to do in half the time in the States. It just takes longer here. So
yeah. So once we get settled in the house, which we have 3 full days left in the morning. So we're filming this on Monday. So we have to be out of our current place and in the new house on Friday. So that'll be a lot of fun. Just get moved in, have more space, and just kind of really build our home. So it's actually been a lot of fun just pick out paint colors and everything, and lighting fixtures and all that kind of stuff. But it's just a lot of small decisions that need to be made in a very short time span. But once we're moved in and settled, then we will be going to MCM on a more regular basis than we have been now. Everything just takes, as we've already mentioned, takes so long. It's very difficult to have MCM as well, since MCM is an hour away. So it's really important for us to get settled, for us as a family to feel anchored, and we're actually on track for what we had originally planned. About 2 months of settling time with some trips to MCM as could happen, and that's what we've been doing. I actually got to film earlier this week some promo stuff for MCM for the Christmas promo, so be looking for that. But I got to help film that, and that was a lot of fun. So yeah, so everything's going well. The girls are adjusting well. We're continuing to adjust. And, yeah, we just thank you so much for your prayers. Thank you so much for your support. And we hope you have a great week walking with the Lord Jesus.